Let's do one thing on the Ravens notice, at least at the top 100 players, and that's where your peers are allowed or voting on you. It's always interesting, right? Because players that ended up making the list, like Aaron Rodgers made the list, but he only played, five snaps, four snaps last year. Obviously, we know how talented he is. Joe Burrow missed a tremendous amount of time. I saw Jalen Johnson on the Chicago Bears. He was an all-pro, right? Pro Bowl type player. A league leader in a lot of categories, or close to the top of the league leader in a lot of defensive back categories. And he wasn't even on the list. But I think what we're getting down with this is that Lamar Jackson made his name on the list, but it wasn't a number one. It was a number two, which this year the players voted Tyreek Hill, which I think a lot of defensive players would probably say it was a nightmare to guard him. But Lamar Jackson ahead of Patrick Mahomes, ahead of Josh Allen. I don't think that's a surprise given the fact that he won an MVP again. He was the number one seed, led the Ravens. I know they fell short in the playoffs. But my biggest thing, guys, I don't know who wants to take this, is your peers tell you a lot about how they view you as a player. And I think that that is a high honor for your other members in the NFL to acknowledge that, once again, even though Lamar gets criticized for so many things, a lot of people in the NFL still marvel at how talented of a player he truly is. Does anyone want to go?
Well, I just wanted to say this list is voted on by the players mid-season. So that's what's like kind of interesting, because we've seen a lot of people like, how Mahomes went back-to-back. How do you not have him number one? Well, when it was voted, I think it's voted on even before December. So it's a very weird time period, which is why I think Tyreek got number one, because at the time, Tyreek Hill looked like he could break wide receiver records. It looked like he was, in that moment, could even win MVP as a wide receiver. So there was all these debates. I'm not surprised he got number one at all. I'm honestly surprised Lamar was number two. I thought he'd be closer to like 4 or 5. It's just because of when it was voted on. And Lamar kind of separated himself in the MVP category in December, and that first kind of game of, or I guess it was on New Year's Eve. So yeah, in December. After that, though, the list is stupid, the whole thing, but it's whatever. They only vote for 20 players. Like, that's what people, I saw 28% of players voted, and you only list your top 20. So that's why the end of it is so like weird, because it's how many votes you got in that top 20 that like ranks you in the rest of it. So it's
the system is weird. Yeah, the system is weird. I don't understand. It's an honor to be voted on by your teammates. Like we say this, it's an honor. But yes, clearly the fact that with Aaron Rodgers, what I was trying to allude to, him being on the list and didn't play last year, it's no knock to Aaron Rodgers. He didn't play last year. He played 4 snaps in an NFL season. He played half the season games. Yeah, of course. But he was like, what, 79 or something? Like he was in there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well,
the whole list is so weird.
Lists are stupid.
Yeah, that's why we don't talk power rankings in baseball, power rankings in football. Gets the people